every day I wake up wanting more for myself. Every day. There's not a day that passes where I don't ask myself and ask God, how can I get better? There's not a day where I show up to work and think that this is enough for me. Like I'm cool here. Like my job's fine. Like I'm fine with this. Like I'm happy here. Like I can just, I'm cool with just my little 401k and, the money that allows me to just, live within the margins of the lifestyle that I'm currently living, which is really just paycheck to paycheck, if I'm being honest. Saving my little money here and there, taking my girl out, just I'm comfortable. But there's not a day that goes by where I'm not seeking more from myself, because I know that I'm capable of so much more. I know that there's a reason why I'm at the park on my lunch break making this video, and it's because my soul burns to have the best of whatever the hell I can have in this life, because I only get one. I only get one. As far as I know, I only get one life. And I don't want to live it confined to the norm, confined to what everyone else thinks is just so acceptable. Most people really do get complacent with where I'm currently at in life, because I have my own apartment. Most people have roommates, and that's okay with them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, in fact, it can be a wise financial decision. But what would people prefer to have? I think people would prefer to have something of their own, and I have that. I have a relationship that, I'm happy with. I have a job that pays me well, or good enough to live comfortably and to, be able to afford groceries and eating out and going out from time to time. I have decent credit. I have my own car. I can afford my bills. I'm literally in probably the most dangerous yet comfortable place a man can be in. And that's right there in the middle. But I promise you, there's not a day that passes where I just don't think about how I can be better. I had this vision of my life where in a nice 5-bedroom home, I have kids, of course. And when I see that vision, I don't see how where I'm currently at is going to get me there. So I must do more. And I feel like that's how, as a man, you must think. Like, you have to think about where you currently are and how it compares, or how it is going to get you to where you want to be. Like, if your current situation, like everything you're doing on a day-to-day basis, was a vehicle, would it have the conditioning to get you where you want to be, right? Because a vehicle that doesn't have a carburetor, or like has a blown engine, or is on its last leg, it may not make it far. It may not make it to whatever destination you put in your GPS. That vehicle is not fit for that journey that you have ahead of it. If you have 500,000 miles on a truck that's a 2001 model, is known for overheating, you're not about to drive that vehicle to, let's say you're in Georgia, you're not about to drive that vehicle to New Jersey. You're not, because you just know it's not built for that type of ride. So you have very little confidence in your ability to even move, so you won't move. Without getting too caught up in like vehicles and like driving them, what I'm saying is, it's like, if you're currently doing things that aren't setting you towards where you want to be, then stop doing those things immediately. But understand that it's not going to be just that easy. Understand that every goal requires actions, certain specific actions. If you want to lose weight, the actions that are required to lose weight is eating a certain amount of food, right? And knowing what that amount is. And exercising. Those are the two things that are required to lose weight: exercise and and this means, like, obviously in a healthy way, right? Like, let's say you have a goal of getting shredded. You'd have to lose fat. So you'd have to prioritize protein, and you have to do your cardio, and you have to drink your water. These are the things that are going to be required in order to get shredded. If you want to get out of credit card debt, the things that would be required is, one, stop spending money you don't have, which is stop swiping that credit card. Literally clip those credit cards up. Like, just act like they don't exist. The only thing that exists now is the bill of that credit card. If you want to get out of debt, what you would have to do is you have to now prioritize paying off your debt. That is a required action. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no hoping, wishing, praying. It's not just going to go away. There's a system that would best suit you in accomplishing those actions. And that's why systems are so important, because systems simply give you structure. And that's why I pay top dollar for systems, because, man, when you have a system, you're literally just, there's no, you basically make success predictable. You can predict that you're going to be successful by your adherence to the system. Adhere to the system and you will get X, Y, Z result. There's no guessing. It's just pure clarity and confidence. The only thing you have to do now is execute. This is what I'm so passionate about talking about. It's like how to get where you want to be. Because I truly believe there is nothing out of your reach. I truly believe that there's nothing in this world that I can't personally have. If I set my mind to it, I know that I can have anything I want. And I feel like so many people today wake up with dreams and aspirations, but they don't have the drive. They don't have they don't have the belief in themselves to go after what they want. And what they don't realize is, most of the time, what they're missing is a system, something to put their faith in. Because sometimes putting the faith in just ourselves is not gonna do it, right? Like, it's like saying, I believe I can fly, but you know you don't have the wings. You know you don't have wings to literally flap and maintain being in the air. So, as a wise person would, you decide not to jump off that building because you can't fly. But if you had a plane, then you would believe you could fly. There's a system there's been a system created to maintain being in the air without dying, or without, trying to defy gravity, so to speak. And that's called airplanes, aerodynamics. It's a system. I'm going to be touching more on things like this in later entries, but I wanted to turn this camera on and just touch on, where I'm currently at in my life and what's really going on. And I think there'll be a whiteboard video in the near future, just kind of breaking this thing down further, because I know that when I start to do these like little rambling videos, I can get like long-winded. So, yeah.